core. The Jazz eliminated the Rockets in 6 games. That game was Friday night in Salt Lake City, 38 and a half hours ago. So the Jazz in the road blue are on a quick turnaround. The Lakers eliminated Denver on Monday in Colorado, so they have had a week to prepare. Carlos Boozer goes at Gasol early on, and Coach, that will be important in this series on that end of the floor.
Absolutely. Gasol must try to stay out of foul trouble. It's going to be difficult because Boozer not only hits the jump shot, but he attacks the basket off the dribble.
Lakers won 3 of the 4 matchups this season. Gasol did not play in any of them against the Jazz. He missed that shot. Here comes Darren Williams, the fabulous point guard for Utah.
Now, in watching Utah, they run a lot of cuts and opposite side of the court. Watch the cutters coming right into the painted area.
There goes Kirilenko, who slips between Bryant and Radmanovich in the first 2 points for Andre in the first 2 field goals for Utah. Coach, that layoff we talked about. Friday night Utah plays, so they're kind of on that every other day schedule. The Lakers, it's been a while. Is that a factor early?
Yeah, it definitely is, Mike, in regards to timing. Timing and tempo. You're not worried about conditioning. You had a chance for your guys who had major nicks injury-wise for them to heal up. Big thing for them right now, they'll be in gear in about 5 minutes.
Odom with the dunk. Kirilenko responds inside. Can't convert him. Derek Fisher, who was a member of the Jazz last year, gets Odom flying from the right side and draws the game's first foul.
Now, when we came on, Mike, we brought up the point. Kobe Bryant, naturally, he's coming off at Denver, 33 points. But this Laker team, from end line to end line, extremely quick in the open floor, because with Gasol and Odom, you now have 5 guys who run and run hard and can finish.
Odom comes to the line. You see what he did in the sweep of the Nuggets. And as the lefty knocks down his first, here's Lisa Salton.
Well, Mike, Darren Williams said that they got to celebrate for, a couple of hours after Friday night's win against Houston. And then he said Saturday morning it was all about the Lakers and preparing for L.A. I said, are you guys tired? And he said, who cares? This is the playoffs. We have no choice. But hopefully their long layoff will affect them more than the quick turnaround affects us. And he's absolutely right. The Lakers haven't played in almost a week. Phil Jackson said reaction time. Are our reflexes there? That's what we're going to have to focus on early on.
Fisher's pass for the cutting Radmanovich out of bounds, Lee. So it'll stay down here off Utah.
Mike, at both ends of the floor, we have 2 excellent offense. You have the triangle with the Lakers and a lot of offside cutting. At the other end, you have like a UCLA set. It's a 1-3-1. And then you'll see cutters. You'll see post-up. They gave you the total baggage to try to defend.
Bryant with the first shot, second leading scorer in the regular season, likely to be the MVP. Only scored 33 and a half in that Denver sweep. He gets on the board for the first time.
And watching both of these teams, remember, they are 2 of the top 5 scoring teams that we have in the league. And they both shoot the 3-point shot. The Lakers a little bit more than Utah.
Darren Williams loses his teammate from last year. Fisher then loses the ball. And Derek with the push ahead to Kobe to Odom. Beautiful defense by a terrific long defender in Kirilenko.
Well, Kirilenko's the only shot blocker out there for Utah, Mike.
Okoro, a center shooting 3-pointer. Off the mark, and here's Odom on the push again. Both teams will push it. Fisher. Boozer goes up and gets the ball.
Now for the Lakers, the transition game is big, and naturally you have to worry about Odom and Gasol. But Fisher and Kobe Bryant, they prosper greatly.
Boozer off the mark, as he was in that first series against Houston. Carlos Boozer, 55% in the regular season, 43% from the field against the Rockets.
And it wasn't like he wasn't getting good shots, Mike. He was getting open looks. It just came down to taking his time.
Fisher takes Williams right. A beautiful feed for Gasol.
The Lakers run extremely well without the ball within their offense. Any type of dribbling will open up back cutting, which you're witnessing not only on the break, but in the half-court set.
Bryant goes after it, takes it away, and takes off.
So much for Phil Jackson worrying about reaction time.
What did it take? It took about a minute or so of action to get this 9-0 run going and get the reaction from the Lakers. The best team in the West this year, 57-25. Ronnie Brewer missed. Okoro, an offensive rebound and a putback by Mehmet in his 6th year in the league out of Turkey.
Now, when we talk about the Utah Jazz, they hurt you in the paint, but also second shot attempts. They're one of the best that we have in the league.
Fisher draws the defense and finds Gasol. Much like game one against Denver, a lot of easy stuff at Powell early on.
This looks a little bit like down the park. Guys are putting the ball out of the guys are moving. Uncontested layups.
Fisher flops, doesn't get the call. It's faked by Okur, but he drew into a tougher shot. And Joey Crawford calls a foul. Joey Crawford, Jim Clark, and Ronnie Garretson, the officials today.
Now keep an eye on Kobe Bryant as he gets his deflection right there. He's always in the top 10 in steals, then in the open floor. We know he's one of the best ever in finishing. Now Fisher's game is off the dribble. If you come to help out, then he will always give the ball up. Out on the floor for the Lakers, not only do you have Fisher and Kobe Bryant, who are excellent making passes, but you have two of the best big men up front in this league, in Lamar Odom and Pau Gasol, in getting assists.
Okur the miss. Here's Jerry Sloan's comments pregame.
We have to play together, take good shots, and we'll be just fine. You guys have beaten every team in this league. And that's indicative enough to know that you guys can play against anybody when you put your heart out there and stay together.
Including November 30th when they handed the Lakers their worst loss of the season, 120-96. Odom misfired. Shot clock did not reset. It didn't hit the rim. It's at 6, and Kobe knows that. Working on the second-year man, Ronnie Brewer. Radmanovic, a 3. He also missed it badly. Rarely you see two NBA players miss everything in the same set.
Well, that's why we got to get somebody in the mezzanine to close those doors that are open, okay? All right.
Okur got Odom in the air. Radmanovic rotates nicely. Odom recovers for the block. 2 to shoot for Williams. Pushing the back on Boozer, his first foul.
Easy call. Boozer definitely pushing in the back. Now, Okur is looking for a shot. That's major. Lamar Odom is an outstanding defender at 6'10" with the long arm. That's why we told you early up at the top of the show, the Lakers are quick and long. And they're not as physical as Utah. That's why they might get hurt in the paint and in the offensive rebounding. But in the open court and then defensively, they're flying.
Bryant working on Brewer. What a tough test it is for Brewer in this series. Caught up in the air, and there's a foul. Coach, flying out here, I just said, okay, we got Lakers-Utah game 1. What kind of matchup are you looking at? And I sit there going, wow, what do you do if you're Utah against that guy?
Well, he's impossible to guard. No one guy in the league can even attempt to guard him, mainly because of his size, his long arms, and his IQ, because he's going to test you defensively with the spin move, the jab step, stepping back, and then off the dribble. You have no idea when he's going to give you the ball fake, which he just did.
Now, it's one thing to be the all-time leading scorer on a franchise that's been around for a week or two.
Yeah.
But a franchise that's won 14 NBA titles, that's something. And only Jerry West, Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, and Elgin Baylor have scored more points in Laker history than Bryant, who's been doing it now with L.A. for a dozen years, and certainly will have a jersey going up to the top of the Staples Center in the next decade or so.
Mike, when you talk about offensive tricks, Kobe Bryant has them all. Plus, he has the athleticism to make it go.
Boozer, left hand dunk, and the foul. Gasol said he cleared out space, and Jim Clark says, let me see your number, because I got you for a foul.
Now, he might have put it, but you're going to see, this is just a monster play. Can you finish with your left hand? And you could see Boozer's right arm go out and take the left arm of Pau Gasol right down on that play. I like the IQ today of the game plan for Boozer and Okur. They're coming out, and they're not going to settle. They're going to drive the basketball.
Ronny Turiaf is coming. As we were talking back in the locker room before the game, one thing that could help Utah matchup-wise is get Gasol in foul trouble, and boom, there's 2 on Gasol drawn by Boozer.
Well, that's a major loss, because not only are you getting rid of the points, with your second leading scorer, but most of all, also the assist, the rebounding, and the shot blocking. Pau Gasol gives you the total game.
Yeah, think about what everybody said, how good they are on offense with Gasol in there in the triangle. Turiaf will play in his stead. 8 to shoot for Darren Williams. Kirilenko the bounce. Boozer, the tough interior pass. Good reaction and recovery by Ronnie Brewer, 14th overall pick 2 years ago out of Arkansas. And the Jazz are within 2, halfway through the opening quarter. Off the triangle action, Odom. met by Kirilenko, his second block, shot clock at 10.
Well, Kirilenko is the man of the hour. He's everywhere.
Odom couldn't finish, and Kirilenko gets another rebound. Maybe one of the biggest X factors for any of the 8 teams remaining in the playoffs, Andre Kirilenko. Boozer, a quick catch, and one, and Boozer banging people inside, getting the Lakers in foul trouble.
Mike, the passing and cutting at both ends of the floor, outstanding. Finishing in the paint under competition, excellent. This is just beautiful basketball.
The Lakers scored 9 in a row. Utah responds with a half dozen of their own. All tied early on.
NBA playoffs on ABC. Brought to you by Frost Brewed Coors Light, the world's most refreshing beer. GMC, we are professional grade. And Taco Bell, think outside the bun.